Good morning, students. My name is Omar Valdez Rocha, and I'll be your French instructor for the winter semester. Um, I look forward to working with you for the next 3 weeks, and I thought I should make a video regarding the syllabus and the calendar. I wanted to make sure that we are all on the same page regarding the amount of work that we will be doing in the next 3 weeks. And if you have any questions at the end of these videos, you can email me for sure. So today I will be making two videos that I will be making available on our eCampus website. So every time you have a question, I will be communicating with you through eCampus, and I will be posting my videos on eCampus as well under the tab Professor's Videos. But you can email me at any time if you have any questions that you need answered. So again, my name is Omar Valdez Rocha, and here is my information. In case you don't have my email yet, this is my email, orvaldez@dccccd.edu. And if you need to contact me, I'm also available on Skype. My handle is Omar A. Valdez, and you can email me, and I'll make sure to email that to you in case you need to talk to me face to face. One thing I wanted to discuss right away regarding our course is that it is a very intensive course. As opposed to a regular semester, as opposed to the summer course, this course we're covering half a chapter per day in beginning today. So I want to make sure that everybody knows the amount of work that you need to complete, the level of discipline and of consistency that you need in order to succeed in this course. Because we only have 3 weeks, I do not accept late homework. If you have any questions regarding that, you may email me as well. If you're falling behind, make sure you communicate with me. Do not fall off the face of the earth and come back at the end of the 3 weeks because you have tied my hands if we no longer have time to work with you. But as a general rule, there is no late homework, because the minute you start falling behind everything else, you start falling behind on, on everything else. So there's really no time for us to be playing catch up. So this course is French 1, and in the second video I'm going to show you how we're going to work with a different website. So eCampus is going to be our main way of communication, but your workbook and the way you're going to submit most of your work is going to be through Kia, which is a different website. That website, through that website, you have access to your workbook and to your textbook. So, in order for you to access that workbook and that textbook, you need to purchase access to it. So once you log in and you create an account, you will be asked for two things. You will be asked for a course code, which I have made available to you already. And that code, and I'll make sure to mention it in my second slide. And you also need a book code. So the book code, I think for a 6-month access, it's about $80-something. So if you take this winter semester, it'll be good for those 3 weeks. But then if you decide to take French 2, which I will be teaching during the spring, you already have access to the textbook and the workbook for your second class. So it's not a pretty bad deal if you decide to continue with French. So regarding Kia, just let me know if you have any questions. You have homework tonight, so any questions that you may have, I'm expecting to receive an email from you sometime today. But all of your deadlines are before midnight, right? So before midnight, everything needs to be submitted. And we're going to talk about Kia in a different video. So we do have a lot of work to do during these 3 weeks. You will have workbook activities and textbook activities that will be available on the Kia website. Every time you have an exam, a chapter exam, you will also have a speaking test that same day to test not only your knowledge in grammar, but also in pronunciation. You will have a midterm and a final exam and each one of these will have one speaking test. So if you count them, it's 3, 4, 5 exams, 4 speaking tests, and 1 final speaking test. So it's 5 and 5. So every time you have a chapter exam, you will have a final speaking test. You will also have 2 compositions that you will be submitting. One is due before our holiday break, before the 25th, and one is due after the winter break. And you also have what we call a signature project. This is an English written essay with a PowerPoint presentation that you need to complete. You also have a grade for teamwork, which is you giving feedback to others regarding their work. And you also have a discussion board where we discuss certain topics regarding diversity and cultural awareness in general. Okay, I will be speaking more about all of these percentages, all of these grading criteria as we go on the semester. So, but just know that the deadlines are these are hard deadlines, and that if you have any questions or concerns regarding any of these assignments, you should contact me right away. The workbook and the textbook, the speaking tests, the chapter exams, the midterm, and the final are all going to be available to you through the Kia website. So it is inevitable that you will be using it. The compositions, at the final speaking test, the final speaking test you also submit on the Kia website, but the compositions and the signature project, that you submit through eCampus, and also the discussion board. We will talk about all of these as we go on, but for now I think that's plenty of information. Okay, so because you're doing this course online, your textbook will be your main source of knowledge. Make sure that you click on all those audio links when you look at the textbook, when you're studying in order to complete the workload for the day. Make sure that you keep clicking on the pronunciation of the vocabulary, of conversations, or of dialogues, because that is very important, as it will help you to complete your speaking assignments. Okay? There are also links and videos for your grammar points, grammar tutorials, grammar movies. I will also be creating grammar videos for key elements that I believe might need re-explaining, or it just wouldn't hurt for me to introduce the subject in a different way. Okay, so if you have any questions regarding the videos, the grammar tutorials, the grammar movies, how to access them, usually you have links on the actual textbook. Look for a camera link or an audio link, an audio icon, a camera icon. But if you don't, just let me know and I'll make sure to help you find these grammar tutorials and grammar movies and those audio files. But as I said before, I will also be creating certain videos, at least one per chapter, regarding the main grammar point that I believe might need a little bit more explaining. Okay, so for your work manual, for your textbook exercises, I give you 3 opportunities, 3 chances to complete them. If you don't like the grade on your first try, you're allowed to try 2 more times. Okay? And there will be, within those workbook exercises and those textbook exercises, you will have oral exercises. That means that you need a computer with a microphone and the ability to record yourself. You will see when you open those exercises, there will be a button to record. And at the end of the recording, once you click stop recording, you will have the opportunity to play back that recording to make sure that you're happy with this recording. If the instructions ask, because these exercises are made to be done in the classroom, if the exercises ask for a conversation where it involves a second person or work with a partner, just know that in those cases you will be working by yourself and you will be reciting, or you will be practicing, you will be speaking as if in a monologue. or you might be playing both people. Okay, but if there are questions that it's asking you, please do not repeat the question. Just assume that someone has asked you the question and just talk. Okay. If you have any questions about this, just let me know. But again, if it asks you for a partner, just disregard the partner portion and just start speaking as to yourself. Okay. And make sure you play it back, those recordings, so that you make sure that you can hear it, because again, those deadlines are hard deadlines. Okay. The same goes for the speaking tests. So every time you have a test, you will have a speaking test that you need to complete, and it works the same way. Make sure that you hear it before you submit it. Okay. Each test that you have, you will only have one try to do these tests. So make sure that once you enter the test, you have 2 hours to complete it and only one attempt. If you get kicked out of the test for any reason, the computer will assume that you did not answer the rest of the questions, and it will compute a grade based on the answers that you gave. So make sure that once you enter the test, you do not leave it. Okay. Regarding the two compositions, I already give you the topics for each composition. It'll be 100-word composition about the like an autobiography of yourself, and the second composition you will be describing your family. Check back on the syllabus to help you if you need help regarding topics or prompters. But that's pretty much it. Those composition assignments, you can, if you already have some sort of knowledge in French, you're trying to get ahead, you can already start and do those as well. Those are available, those are already up, those assignments, and you can submit them already. For the signature project, well, the discussion board rather, the discussion board is also an assignment in English. I will give you a topic which will be stereotypes this semester, and I will ask you to discuss what are stereotypes and what stereotypes you have heard people from other countries say about Americans, and if you agree or disagree. Are stereotypes bad? Are stereotypes good? Do they have a certain amount of truth? Do you use them, or do you think they're helpful? Okay, and when you discuss with others, I ask that you conduct yourself professionally and to respect everyone else's opinions. Okay? And finally, the signature project. The signature project is an English essay, which will be, I think, this semester. It's 350 words. So go back to the syllabus for the instructions. The topic for this English written essay is multilingualism in public and social services, professions, and careers. Based on your own knowledge, on your own experience, should public services be provided in other languages in addition to English? Take a personal stand on the issue and defend it accordingly. And this is a suggested source that I give you, this essay by Jane Perkins. So I need you to use MLA when you complete this assignment. It should be a minimum of 350 words and in English, and you need to include adequate support with at least one source. So if you don't cite Jane Perkins, you need to cite someone else, someone reputable. And there's more instructions here, and as we approach the deadline, I will explain a bit more on what that entails. You will also be doing an oral presentation, but since we don't meet, you will record the oral presentation in a PowerPoint presentation. So you include topic-related images or other visual elements such as graphs or charts, and do not include complete sentences on the slides, and use bullets. Okay? You record the presentation in audio segments inserted on each slide. So you have a slide, you insert the audio, then you move to the next slide, you insert another audio file, and you'll be talking informally about your presentation. Whatever you wrote, you present it to me in oral form. And the drop date for this course is January 3rd. We will have a holiday week from the 25th to the 1st of January, in which you don't have assignments, but I trust that you will use that time to get ahead on the material. And we'll talk more about the week of the 25th as we approach. But this is holiday week. You're not supposed to work. I don't give you any assignments that are due, but you're also welcome to work ahead if you choose to do so. So this is our daily calendar. This is also available on Blackboard. Make sure that you print this, that you put it on your desktop, that you have this available, because I will follow this to the T. So today the class begins, and you need to have access to the textbook, and you need to study pages 4 and 9 and pages 10 and 13 and complete the textbook and workbook activities on that Kia website. Tomorrow you will do the second part of that chapter, pages 14 to 19, pages 20 to 25, and you will do the exercises. And this Sunday already you have an exam for the preliminary chapter, the speaking test, and you have also assignments that will help you prepare for the exam. So for 3 days we will work on one chapter. Then chapter 1 for 3 days, chapter 2 for 3 days. The 24th you have your final exam. Then the week of the 25th to the 1st you don't have any assignments, but I trust that you will that we will use that time to maybe get ahead if you choose to do so. Then we have chapter 3 and chapter 4. You have an exam for chapter 3, an exam for chapter 4 with a speaking test, and with other assignments that are due from the workbook. Right? Other due dates that you have here that are important is the reflective essay draft. Okay, so before you submit your final draft, you will submit a draft on the website, on the Blackboard website, on the class blog. The next day, you will comment on someone else's blog to give them an opportunity to better their essay. You should make comments on grammar, on structure, or have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought about that? So that the person can actually better their essay. Once you have all those comments, I need you to address that comment in your paper. According to some, this might be considered unorthodox, but I believe this and that, right? So you will have the reflective essay draft due on the class blog. So you will publish a post, and people can leave comments on it. Make sure that you comment on one blog that doesn't have a comment on it. So each blog needs one comment only. The 20th, you have that class blog comment that's due, and that is 5% of your grade. So make sure that, hold on. Make sure that you submit that comment on the 20th, because it is 5% of your overall grade. It's the teamwork grade. And the final presentation and the final draft of your paper is due on the 2nd of January. So if you decide, you can submit it at any time after that. So you're welcome to do so. Okay. Another important due date is your composition 1, that is due on the 23rd, and your composition number 2, that is due on the 3rd of January. So this is it for this video. I will create another video in which I go through the Kia website and the textbook. If you have any questions, you can email me. See you. Bye-bye.